Raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Hey, raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Raise it up. North side, raise it up. South side, raise it up. East side, raise it up. West side, raise it up. 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 North side, raise it up. South side, raise it up. East side, raise it up. The west side, raise it up. 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 Hey loves, hey loves, hey loves. My name is Wyann Vaughn. I also go by Y, and this is another amazing episode of Raise It Up, Y, the podcast. We are coming at you today, the last Thursday of 2022. Say word. Is that what we doing? It's the end, guys. It's time to go. Okay, no, my bad. But yeah, I have a propensity to hear that song and hear a beat under it that is definitely not the right beat. So we're not even going to worry about that. Anyways, if you are listening, you know that we are in South LA. So the chopper is above our head. No, no, it's ungodly hours on a beautiful December 15th, breaking the fourth wall right now, just because it'll come up in the episode. Today is a special day in hip hop. There are some awesome birthdays related to hip hop that are happening today. I'm going to get into all of that as we get into the episode. But I wanted to say really quickly that this is where OGs kick game to real ones only. Hello. This is where non-corny positivity resides from the West Coast to the entire ethos, universe, whole wide world, and the wide world web. And I love this. No, please keep going. Look, my team is in here trying to see how well I can do without breaking. And I was doing good until I acknowledged it. Dang, I should have just kept going. Okay. Also, when we say raise it up, why? What is why raising up? This podcast raises up your self-awareness, your vibrations, and your capacity for love, which is just knowledge. I am an edutainer. I am a trained therapist, not a practicing one. And again, this is where you come to find positivity, health, and wellness right here in the hip-hop community. My idea is we shouldn't have to leave us to feed us. All right. So while you're here, expect to get fed. It's the holiday time. I hope you're having some good meals, hopefully somewhat healthy meals. Again, there's a whole thing right now going on with like Cali thick versus like Southern thick. I thought about that and I was like, they ain't seen a couple of us out here and the person that I'm not even going to go with who they put in the picture because that person is not even from LA, but she gets the LA onus apparently because she's a video vixen and things like that. I'm like, you can make a name for yourself in Los Angeles, but that doesn't mean you are from Los Angeles. Ooh, I cannot wait till this book come out. I'm writing my book, y'all, for those who don't know. I haven't even grounded us into this episode yet, and I haven't even thanked all of you for listening, but there's been some things on my mind. But anyways, everyone who is a listening love, I appreciate you. I thank you if you are consuming this podcast wherever audibly podcasts can be consumed. I thank you for your time, for your non-refundable time and your non-refundable energy. I really appreciate that you are here with us. If you are listening, I appreciate you especially because faith comes by hearing. That which you are consuming right now, you cannot unhear. Somewhere inside of you will always remember this voice, these words, this energy that is feeding you, looking to see the best of you, even if I can't see you and you can't see me. Again, I appreciate all of you listening loves. To my onlooking loves, if you are on YouTube, I did this makeup for you. Hello. I did this hairs for you. Hello? Huh? I'm wearing my merch, Rockets Up on These Hoes for you. Hello? No, I'm messing with you. But well, no, I'm actually not messing with you. My voice, I'm messing with you. But yes, I am appreciative. Shouts out again to the JBP loves. We were featured on the Joe Button podcast one more again before this year ran out. And that might be another small part of what we talk about in a second. Hi, why. We're going to do some double ups today. I do a couple segments every episode for you all. I have 5 that I have all together, but I kind of cherry pick 3 that we get into for every episode. And today, instead of doing 3 different ones, we're just doubling up on a couple of them. So my sister totally 86'd me, bro. I thought she was gonna be in here for some real love and some real moments. She was in here, she got all of us drunk, and then, no, I'm messing with you. We are not drunk. We are drunk off love and high off life, yeah. But she has a thing that she has been known to do around the holiday times, and it is called a Merry Christmas Carol. Tales of a Merry Christmas Carol. What's your favorite like Christmas or holiday song? Boom.
In my mind.
Ooh, I was off key, but you get me. Yes, that's amazing. I love that. Who's that, Melvin? Yeah, but wait, no, but who was the low note? Not Nobody's Coming to See You, Otis. Oh, it wasn't David Ruffin, is what I'm saying.
I know
Blue. Oh, that was his name.
Yeah, name with deep voice.
Yeah.
Blue.
When I said Melvin, I thought you were. I thought you was going with the Blue Notes. Yes, we tour with the Blue Notes. That's why I'm like, I don't remember. Word. Oh wow. Okay, I got you. And OnAmp, what is your favorite Merry Christmas carol? Oh. In Habesha. Okay. Yellem. That's bomb. Yellem. I'm out here. Hey. YOLO, Yellem. Hold on, hold up.
It's a traditional
song.
Yeah.
Can you sing it?
Voice not okay.
Oh, sing it. Lord, have a Yellem. I'm laughing. My favorite one this year. I was singing a different one in the shower a second ago, but the one I go to now is Sleigh Bells Ring. Are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight. We're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is a new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. And in the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he is Parsons Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, nigga, hell nah, not yet. But I'm fucking on this bitch while she in town. And later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made. Walking in a winter wonderland. I said I'm just walking in a winter wonderland. Nigga, you see me walking in a winter wonderland. Ooh, ooh, yeah. That was the end of the Jeffersons. Oh, yeah. No, I'm fucking with you. Okay, I have not grounded us and we are being silly already. So This is why we do the grounding, ladies and gentlemen, because if I don't, the episode flies off the Richter scales. Let my trained therapist side take over now. All of you beautiful loves, take a moment. To be here with me. Why don't you please hear my voice and feel your feet get present at the root of you. And just so you know you're there, wiggle your toes. And while my team knocks things over, why don't you touch your nose? And you're doing all of that physical activity in this meditative moment to establish that you are present and here. How about you breathe a breath in? Blow a breath out. Do that again, in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just take a moment to own this, the miracle we're living called life. That you are breathing and you are winning just because you are living this life. By spending this time with my voice right now, I want you to see that you're investing into your betterment. I would like you to sit with that and feel proud as we go up. I was saying that line, that you are breathing and winning just by living this life. And unintentionally, I began to think about DJ Twitch. DJ Twitch is a figure that was on the Ellen Show for the years that show ran. He was a father and a husband and very beloved by several of my friends that I didn't know knew him. The music industry, the entertainment industry is as big as a thimble when you really start to think of it. The world is small, and that means that the music industry is literally minutia comparedly. This individual just yesterday, again, breaking the fourth wall, I told you it's December 15th as we are recording. And as of December 14th, we got the knowledge that DJ Twitch passed away. I did not know him personally. Once again, I'm just saying the community. I think the hip hop community is, just taking this in, and you can look up the way the gentleman transitioned. That's not for me to report because that's not what my platform does. My platform celebrates hip hop culture. And I know that gentleman brought so much positivity to hip hop culture and the culture at large, pop culture at large, while he was on a very famous TV show. As a trained therapist and a person who deals with energy, I told you guys earlier about the reason this podcast exists is to raise it up, raise your self-awareness, your vibrations, and your capacity for love, which is knowledge. That piece about vibration deals with energy. What we can't deny is that everything in the ethos, in the atmosphere, in the universe, and here on Earth is energetically created and made up. All things are created twice, first as an idea in the mind and then manifested in reality. And music is one of those things as well. And a DJ who plays music is one of those conduits to how we artists and other creatives get our messages across and share energy with you all as consumers. Or even if you're an artist or, whoever you are listening and looking, this is kind of just what we end up doing. I think about that because your energy will exist longer than your physical body. Your energy, your impact, your legacy will exist just longer uh, than your physical body. The legacy of energy that this figure, DJ Twitch, left us, left his family, his loved ones, man, is vibrant. It's positive. It's dancing. And it is one that we were privileged to share with such a light. I say all of this. This is not scripted. This is not a part of the show. This is just what came to me as I was saying a line that I say every episode. This grounding thing happens every episode, in case this is your first time looking in or listening. And I literally say that you're breathing and winning just by living this life. And the moment I said that right now, his beautiful face popped up in my head, and I immediately just I just experienced that feeling. And I wanted to, in this part of my platform, just hold that space for his energy that he still has active right here in the hip hop community, positive, beautiful as it is. For anyone who knows him or loves him, whether you're a fan, whether you are or were a coworker, whether you're someone who just loved what he did and was a fan, or if you were someone who was in love with him, you know, as a child of his, as a spouse of his, whatever, as a friend of his, I I think it's responsible to make this statement: your worthiness in this life is a birthright. You don't earn it. You don't have to work for it. That you are breathing, you are winning, living this life. I 100% guarantee you that I understand I am speaking from a place of privilege, given the people who surround me, given the mindset that I possess most of the time, and given my lived experiences. I know that I am speaking from my own personal space on earth when I say you are winning by living. Working as a social worker with the community that looks to recover itself from addictions, from the community that looks to re-enter mainstream society from correctional facilities, or any other type of community that has been somewhat less, oh goodness, I guess fortunate, less resource rich, and trying to still get in the swim of life every day and enjoy some form of life. I recognize all of that as a large privilege. And that everybody who wakes up every day doesn't always find a smile. They don't always know that they are worthy or that they are winning by living life. I just wanted to put this piece here. All of this, again, is a freestyle. This is not at all on anything. It just happened organically. And I want to say, if anyone, especially during this time in the holidays, as you're starting a new year, and all those types of things, if anyone is looking for a form of connection because they feel maybe so disconnected, isolated, depressed, overwhelmed, underappreciated, I would invite you to what we in love culture calls love culture. I want to invite you into a space online via social media that literally looks to connect, see, even though electronically, see and value you as a human being. I'm going to offer it now. I know I do this at the end of the episode. On Tuesdays at 6 p.m. on my Instagram, Wyanna, Wyanna, Wyanna. We get together for something called Love, LUV Tuesdays, Love Tuesdays. And for 1 hour at least every week for the past 2.5 years, the community that listens to this podcast gets together and just shoots the shit, mostly about topics that we've shared on here, also mixed with some current events, whatever might be going on that we can extract the positive or the lesson out of. We also have a platform on Clubhouse. Sundays, 3 p.m. on the West Coast, usually. Sometimes that one moves around. Either I'm traveling, I have shows, meetings, and most recently, baby showers, because I'm about to be an auntie. Hello. But I want to make sure that I just extend that invite very soon on AMP, Amazon Music Prime app, AMP. It's on AMP, OnAmp on Instagram, at OnAmp on Instagram. If you want to look what that app is up. Wow, that was a lot of not even prepositions. If you want to look up what that app is what I could have said. I just want to let it be known that I'm popping up all over social media to create these mini safe havens, these mini spaces for people to interact with one another, and do good for no good reason, and just see people and value who they are energetically. No one has to agree. People don't have to all, become ununanimous. Oh, I think like you, so now we're both right. No, I can have my individual opinion. You can see your individual perspective. We do not have to leave this conversation agreeing, but we will start and end the conversation loving and respecting one another. That's period. I'm laughing. One of our wonderful team members is enjoying his space in the cold other room. So, yeah, I just wanted to put that here. I know that's not usually how we start. Love culture. If any of you want to comment on this YouTube video or anywhere where you are listening to this, let people know what we are. Let people know who you are and how we do. Our literal last episode, episode 49. No, Episode 50. Episode 50 was called This Is How We Do. And when I was speaking about love culture. That's all of our crazy asses, all of us together. We are a wild bunch of motherfuckers. Let me let you know that. But at the same time, the one commonality that all of our differences succumbs to is that we agree to love one another, to value human life, to see people's experiences, and to seek to understand and have conversation rather than judge or cancel. I think that's pretty fair. That's a fair assessment of who and what we are. I wanted to make it known as we break it down. Break It Down is a segment of my podcast where we look to break down concepts in usually hip hop lyrics, but I've been extending that to hip hop culture even. I recognize that everybody who enjoys like Love Tuesdays or the conversations on the Love Lounge discussions on Clubhouse or wherever we are, sometimes they might not necessarily love hip hop, but they love what we do so much. They're like learning to come in and they're trying to understand what this culture is. So I figure I won't only keep it to hip hop lyrics, but I'll also dissect or divulge information about and analyze out loud hip hop culture so you all know what that looks like as well. Well, one of my favorite lyricists named Il Camille has a birthday today, yellow, December 15th. But not only that, we have the benefit of, we'll probably, tap or have him go in my room. We also have the benefit of having the beautiful Javante, R&B singer extraordinaire. He worked with us on To Pimp a Butterfly. Amazing singer. And it's his birthday as well today. Wanted to make sure I shouted him out. And I will at the end of the episode as well. I want to also say, not only on 12/15 is the Chronic having its anniversary, but some of my great friends are also having birthdays. I just wanted to make that parallel. But in this, I wanted to show you what my boy Ninth Wonder said. I contacted Dre today when I learned that it was the 30th anniversary. December 15th, 1992 is when this album came out. And I can tell you, Dr. Dre's debut, The Chronic, shifted culture. Now, mind you, in 92, Vaughn was 10 years old. So the magnitude of how he shifted the culture, I didn't necessarily know. But a great friend of mine named Ninth Wonder describes it perfectly because he was in probably high school. He's about to probably tell you. So this is Ninth's post about The Chronic. And he says, hip hop's first full-length feature film on wax. It's funny because I look at Good Kid, Mad City like that. Like it is a featured film, but as an album. So this is the first of those. Love you, Kendrick. Dre's first. If hip hop's sound quality at the time was Nintendo, welcome to Sega Genesis with The Chronic. The Chronic was exactly that, THX surround sound in stereo where available. Having beats with that knock is one thing. Making it sound crystal clear is something totally different. Right off the heels of the street anthem made for Lawrence Fishburne's undercover film, Deep Cover, yeah, and you don't stop, because it's 187 on an undercover cop. Yes, I just did the radio edit. Let me have that. Dr. Dre introduced the world to Snoop Dogg, a slick talking kid from Long Beach, California. Side LBC is where he's from. Yes, who came with the smoothest, most sinister verse we had ever heard. Still talking about Deep Cover. Still, I'm sure that was no pun intended. There was room for the good doctor to usher in new dynamic mid-tempo soul sound to an ever-changing hip-hop landscape. I've always said that Snoop Dogg quite possibly has had the most incredible pathway to a solo album. A fire verse on Deep Cover, the first verse from the first single, Nothing But a G Thing, baby, to Looked Out G, so we crazy. Too many other songs on the album, to Doggy Style. In hip hop history, I've personally heard 3 albums that at one point played in everyone's car. Jeezy's TM 101, 50 Cent's Get Rich, and this album right here, The Chronic. The fact that at one point in the summer of 1992 and 1993, cities around the country had a street that kids would hang out at called Crenshaw, whether they had a Crenshaw or not, was a direct result of how this body of work shaped culture. I dare you to find an anthem that's 30 years old that sounds, all caps, sounds as dynamic as this one. You may find you may find a few, but not many. The intro alone makes the ground shake. It was the beginning of another incredible run to an incredible career for the greatest hip hop producer of all time. Happy 30th anniversary to The Experience, the original score, and the magnum opus, Dr. Dre's The Chronic, released on this day 3 decades ago. The funny part is I was going to call Ninth and see if he wouldn't give us a few words right here from my other phone on this pod. But when I saw that post, I just favored it. I just saved it. I said, oh, I'll just read this, period. Like, I texted Dre earlier and said, hun, happy 30th. Happy anniversary. And I sent him a screenshot of what someone said on Twitter, a very nice excerpt of words from someone on Twitter. He said, hey, why? Thanks, why? You know. So I'm just very happy to have this day in hip hop where I got the beautiful privilege 5 years ago on the 25th year anniversary, 5 years ago, while working on the pharmacy with Dr. Dre and Exhibit and DJ Pooh and DJ Battle Cat and DJ J Rock and the founder of the Beat Junkies and some other beautiful people. I got to produce my first track ever. Is when I learned what production actually was. I had Battle Cat, Terrace Martin, and Layla Hathaway in the studio, Exhibit's studio. And 100%, we were saying, let's recreate, I brought up, let's recreate Little Ghetto Boy, a song that's on The Chronic. I said, let's recreate it. Let's revisit, reimagine it with Layla singing with her dad. We should totally do that, right? They were like, absolutely. So I make the calls, get Terrace, get Layla. Kat was already coming to the studio, so that was already in the bag sort of a thing. And I remember I'm sitting there, we're at Exhibits, everybody's in the studio, and I'm like wondering, why there's no music happening, right? And I'm like, well, while we're all here, let's just go ahead and make everybody's day and let's get some food and stuff. So Terrace just had his daughter, my Con, and she was stealing my earrings and I'm holding her, right? So I'm like, yo, while we're here, I'm gonna go get us something to eat and you guys can maybe start on the record. I'm like waiting for people to start recording. I go get food, come back, no music is started. We all eat the food and we're chilling. No music is started. And so Terrace pulls me to the side. He says, hey, sis, when are you going to tell us what to do? Are you producing the record or not? I'm like, oh? And so I go in with this, I don't know, this new cloak of responsibility that now that I understand, oh, they were waiting on me to tell them what to do. Hold on. I go in. I'm like, so what do we have? That was just like a smart question, I guess. What do we have? And Kat was like, well, here's what I, remade of this and that. And he had this banging beat, everything. He had sampled a part of the Watts riot, not Watts riot, the 92 riots, the post-Rodney King riots. He had, no, I'm lying. Am I? No, I'm not lying. Same area, by the way, the Rodney King situation happened around over here. So yeah, no, it was 92. Because on the original, they went out into the street and taped. So when that man said, if I got it, hold on. Because I got that part. I got that. I don't think they'll cut me off for playing this. But let me see. This is the beginning of it. Let me see. If I have to die today for this little African right here to have a future, I'm a dead motherfucker. So when you hear that, they took a mic. They went in to the actual streets where people were protesting after Rodney King had been beaten up pretty bad by the police. And they were turned up. That's all. They was turned up easily. Stop hiring nigga with Jerry curls. They had a whole lot to say. And I'm telling you right now, that was, if I can be honest, I'm on my SoundCloud, because if you want to hear the product of any of this, just go to my SoundCloud, because I definitely have it up. It's the remix to Little Ghetto Boy that is 100% available for listen. featuring Layla Hathaway, Terrace Martin, DJ Battlecat, and Wyann. I'm laughing because Exhibit like totally because I even told Exhibit, I said, X, can you like intro this? He was like, yeah, sure. But he was about to leave. Like, no, I was like, I just didn't realize that everyone was waiting on me. But that was what was happening. So let's use that as your first do-a-ditty. So you have 2 do-a-ditties today. And Boom and Dave, y'all don't have to put the word right here. They can just know right here in the break it down because of the moment that's happening for the chronic. They just know that your first do-a-ditty, you're going to have to get to. It's a little bit of homework. I might put it in the description so you can get to it faster, but it's on my SoundCloud. It's The Little Ghetto Boy Revisited by us on the Pharmacy. Yes. Is it good? We good? Okay, good. So you'll be able to hear everything that we did. It was an amazing moment. And I'll post some pictures on my @RaiseItUpY Instagram from that session. So you can see, when we was all in there and how we all was doing and stuff like that. And how 100% clueless I was that I was being a record producer. So I just wanted to put that out there. Yes. So congratulations, Dr. Dre, on 30 years of classic shit. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you for all the ways you've affected in a positive, very positive way, my life, my family's life. And I just appreciate you. We talk all the time, but we're literally just jokesters. So I don't think you hear this side. And I don't even think you're comfy hearing all this because you'd be like, don't do that shit. However, if this excerpt makes it to you, I want you to know that the little sister you never asked for is 100% thankful that you are in my life and that you exist on this planet and that you were gifted with the wondrous talent called musical prowess that you have. But not just music, the clarity of your ear. You have an entire set of headphones named after how you take in music. Beats by you, Negro. I'm very thankful once again to know you. And my life is forever changed in such a positive way because you're in it. So thank you. Love your little sis. The voice of reason, even though you gave Fred Reck that name. Don't think he didn't tell me. Yeah, because now you call me Why Not. I know it. I know. It's okay. Anyways, going along with the program, we're going to slip into a high why, #high-why. This is where we will talk about the vibration, the last vibration for 2022 that we are going to be fine-tuning. That vibration is consistency. That vibration that we're consuming ourselves with today is consistency. And we'll talk about it right now in this question from none other than our very own @Cup of Sue, what it do, Miss Susie. She asks, how do you stay focused and grounded in times that you may want to give up on your goals? Listen, Linda. Remember when that was a thing? How to stay focused, how to stay grounded in times when you believe you want to give up on your goals. Ladies and gentlemen of love, culture, and beyond, hear me and hear me clearly. Without consistency, no form of success is possible. Without consistency, no form of success is at all possible. I am saying that because if you look in a very physical way, if you consistently put $1 in the bank to save every day for a year, you will start a savings account in the subsequent year that will have 365, if not on a leap year, $366 in it. You will accrue something. You will have something for yourself. And if you were to do that again for the next year and again for the next year, everyone wants to be a millionaire overnight. I can tell you something. I'm not saying you'll be a millionaire overnight, but at the end of the day, if you were consistently putting away something, you will have more than nothing over time. And maybe it's not $1 a day. Maybe it's $20 a month. Maybe it's $70 a year. Let's take it away from money. If you want to be the person that loses weight, I am not saying you have to go to the gym for 17 hours every day to make. How about if you're used to drinking 5 beers a day, consistently take 1 beer away for 3 weeks. Do everything else the same. You will lose weight. Consistently take 1 beer away every day for 3 weeks. You will lose some weight. Do nothing else differently. If you're a person who loves sodas, eliminate soda every day for 3 weeks. You will lose weight. Notice this has nothing to do with exercise. However, if we were doing exercise, people say, I can't go to the gym for an hour a day. I don't have that sort of time. I have kids. I'm a single parent. I have to commute. I live in LA. Things are far. I have to do this. I have to do that. All the above. All right, cool. 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes a day. Can you find the time to dance, go on YouTube, look at a video, get some dance on, throw on some music while you're in the car, dance on your commute? Just do like this. Shouts out to DJ Twitch. I'm thinking about the dance video I saw of him. I think Revolt or The Source put it up. And it was just him just, hey, yay, just getting to it. Movement, just putting something in your body. Pause. Hello? But something like that. Consistently, daily, for 3 weeks. Look at your weight again. I bet you things will have changed. And let's say you don't lose weight, you'll tone up. Something will happen though. Any format for success includes consistency. You want to be in a relationship. I'm looking over my left shoulder right now. If you're on onlooker love, and if you don't know which is my left shoulder, if you're in onlooking love, just look for the rocket pointing up at these hoes, and look over your shoulder, honey. Ooh, you'll see TJ and my holiday gift. What is it? Holiday picture thingy. I'm not good with all the cutesy stuff. That's his mom and his side of the family. But I was there on picture day. Yay. So this is our second year. My second year. They've been doing it since he was a kid. However, you will see having a relationship that looks like that, you have to spend real time, consecrated. If you don't know what the word consecrate means, it means to set aside as if holy something, usually time. If you set time aside, almost as if it's holy, you are consecrating time. If you want a loving relationship, I don't give a fuck how much of a boss you are, CEO, CFO, all that extra who knows type stuff. I am guaranteeing you, if you want a relationship to work the same way you consistently choose that job over everything else in your life, you have to carve out space for the love of your life, the loves of your life, whoever and whatever they might be. Family, friends, unfortunately for some of y'all, side chicks, side dudes, hello? All right, let's keep it a bean. But whatever you want to end up successfully, you are going to realize that you must do that thing consistently. Consistency is defined as, from Google, conformity. I was surprised to see that word. Conformity in the application of something. Conformity in the application of something, typically that which is necessary for the sake of logic, accuracy, or fairness. When I hear the word conformity, I think everything congealing to be like one thing. That's what happens when one conforms. If you conform to societal standards of what you're supposed to be as a woman, let's say, you might take on gender roles that include cooking and cleaning, staying in the house, becoming a homemaker, caretaker, picking up kids, taking them to soccer practice, soccer mom, PTA heads, very involved with the children, but not necessarily are you out making the bread winning role of the relationship. You are probably not out when a bump in the night happens. Are you the one going downstairs with the shotgun? If you are taking on the conformed role of what it means to be an American woman. I'm throwing this out there. And that's off the top of my head. I'm not looking at the definition of conformity. I could find it though. Conformity. Compliance with standards, rules, or laws. Yeah. If you're compliant with a certain standard, the consistency in uniformly pursuing something day after day, night after night, on purpose, daily, when people go to the gym daily, when people work on their books daily, when people do their podcasts weekly, consistently, without making excuses, that's when you end up seeing the results. One of my favorite new people on Instagram is a young man by the name of La Russell. I think that's 2 S's, 1 L. La Russell. I could be wrong. Bay Area artist. My boy Soundtrack. Shouts out to the Soul Squad. I'm sorry, the Soul Council. I was actually trying to say it right that time. But my boy Soundtrack let me know, like, yeah, he's been going at it for years up here, doing his thing independently. And I was looking at one of the posts that he recently put up, him and his team. They were talking about they post from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. They, for about a day and a half, no, I think for about 2 or 3 days, he and his team chop up content in bite-sized reels, and they chop up this content and they have it up. And you can, well, if I'm hearing them correctly from my memory, 3 months worth of content, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., 8 pieces of content daily. They carved out over 2.5, 3 days, him and his team. And that's 90 days worth of work. Them locking in footage over the pandemic, cutting up splices from their lives when they give game out to other independent artists about how they did it, how they got some success and things. But the relentless consistency that happens for me now to know this gentleman, and I had never heard of him before. Soundtrack, who lives in the Bay, says I've been knowing him for years. He's making some noise. He's breaking some barriers because he's gaining new awareness like me. I put that out there because when Susie asks, how do I stay focused and grounded during times that I may want to give up? I don't rely on my feelings. I rely on my consistency, my routine. I don't rely on feeling the tiredness, feeling the lack of inspiration or motivation, and then living from that space. Instead, I go through it, bro. I promise you, I go to it and go through it. That's it and that's all. And as a result of that, I think it's great for business. Not so great if you're in the gym and you start to feel like something hurts you. Okay? The funniest part, me and Wendy's episode, that was episode 49, right? Yeah, episode 49, sexy versus sporty. Sexy versus sporty for anybody who wants a laugh. That episode, while it was funny, the clips that I put out of it were funny. The real talk of it, though, was on some like, bro, if you think about it, every fucking thing comes back to balance. Everything. Which means sometimes the things that are so helpful in one arena of your life can become detrimental in another part of your life. You have to recognize where to balance the rules of this game called life that you've learned. Yeah, you're supposed to, let's say, eat carrots because carrots are great for you. If you eat too many carrots, you will turn orange. That's not me being funny. It's called beta carotene. It will eventually flood your pores and you will turn the fuck orange. It's not necessarily like you'll die from it, but there is a way to do it incorrectly if you aren't balancing. All right. And so, in terms of business, and especially being an entrepreneur, which I am new to, this entrepreneur life means that I need to come and show up for myself like a big bitch. The times when I could slack off going to my old job at the college, my career in education, and put myself on autopilot because let me just get these hours in. Let me talk to these students. Let me do what I got to do. Let me do my professor thing and let me be the fuck out. That's low-key autopilot for me. In the world of entrepreneurship, if I don't give quality product, I don't make any money. It's a no for me, you know? Like I have to be on point like Fife when it comes down to what we're doing in this game. There is no substitute teacher. I love my Onette. I love my assistant right here. If I'm in a bad way, she can't come over here and give the pod that I would give. She could possibly do something over here if she really put her mind to it. Mind you, she's an introvert and she hates being in front of a camera. How? That's the first time she volunteered her voice to the pod. I'm laughing right now. But if she had to, she would. But energy can't be duplicated. What she would give y'all would be the Onette version of Raise It Up Y. It won't be Y doing Raise It Up Y. So there's no substitute teacher. There's no half-stepping. Another tenant from hip hop. Ain't no half-stepping, bro. You come into this game and you do it or you don't. Same thing with building a relationship with the love of your life. There's no half-stepping for time spent. If you're with the person just to be in front of the person, but you're on your phone or taking calls, what did he say? No, fuck no, do a deal like this. And you guys are at like an intimate dinner, a candlelit dinner. You can be there and not be there. Ask some of your parent, your friends about how they were parented. Sometimes their parents were there physically, but they were fucking not there energetically. They were not attention-based and there. You know what I'm saying? So staying focused means rooting myself in my routines. Staying focused for me means consistency. And it means consistently choosing Wyann each day. Everything I do, people offer me money to not consider Wyann. I think that was the whole thing about everybody in 2021 when motherfuckers was like, look, it's your job or how you feel about your health. And a lot of Americans were like, yo, fuck, this is whack. I've been working here for 20 years. I've been working here for 11 years, 8 years. I'm not going to choose y'all or this money, punk ass money, by the way, because there's only one fucking me. There's only one me. And yeah, I'm going to choose her. Refer back to Philosophy Part 2 on my album, because that was my answer. Yo, that was my answer. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. We all do, but I'm living life my way. I ain't perfect, but I can't be fake. I cannot. So, answering Susie's question, how do you stay focused and grounded in times that you may want to give up on your goals? You got to remind yourself why you do this shit. You got to remember. You have to be present. Why do we do grounding at the beginning of this podcast? Because it makes sure that you are present here. If you didn't hear me say wiggle your toes and touch your nose, and you wonder why you feel like, I didn't really get nothing from this podcast, nigga, you weren't here. Don't tell me you didn't get. I was dishing, bro. I was giving, period. You understand? I was giving it, but were you receiving it? Were you in a position to receive? Were you ready to receive? How many baseball players do you see go in the outfield without their catcher's mitt on? You know how hard that fucking ball is? How fast it's coming at you? If you don't have something protecting your hands, you're not ready to catch that damn ball. That shit will burn your skin. Break your fucking fingers. Something. That's my point. Staying focused, staying grounded with me involves checking in every day. It involves making sure that I'm looking at my journal and writing in it, not just looking at it, writing in my journal daily, each morning. It involves me talking to God each morning. And the last thing I say is, God, I trust you. I trust you. And I say that because it reminds me that the ultimate form of trust, divine trust, is rest. Not workaholism, not being a human doing instead of a human being. The biggest evidence that you trust God, let Wyann tell it, is that you know how to rest, period. So these are the types of things that I keep in my forefront. Also talking to TJ earlier, he loves this guy, David Goggins. He just put out a new book, and reading his first book is part of how TJ started really learning who he was as a man. And this second book right here, where he just got done reading, he was speaking to men, speaking to people, but a lot of gentlemen really enjoy this guy because he was like in the armed services, and so he kind of has like a very heavy on the masculine energy. How about that? Very heavy on the masculine energy. So sometimes he says things, and I think a person who might be more gentle based, or a person who is steeped in their feminine, might feel like his approach is a little too abrasive. Mind you, what he's saying is accurate regardless of whether you can hear it or not. It's just maybe it's the messenger, not the message type of thing. So TJ was telling me about this gentleman, David Goggins, and in his book, this new book that he got, he was talking about, if you're going to quit when it's easy. Don't quit when it's hard. Because if you quit when it's hard, you'll live with resentment and regret. Resentment towards self and regret. Quitting when it's easy means, wait, this is just no longer serving me. I've looked around, I've seen what it takes. It's not that it's hard, it's just that my time could be better spent in another area of my life. So if you want to quit at something, learning when to quit is an art. And it takes a lot of self-awareness, which this podcast helps you become more in contact with. So, Susie, staying focused, staying grounded in your goals means being consistent, which is the recipe for all success. It also means staying connected to your purpose. That's where the groundedness and the reminders for why you do what you do comes in. And it takes you remembering that what you're looking to do, the goals, those things are still things that you want to do. Sometimes our goals change, guys. And if our goals change, that's okay, you know? But I just want to make it known that you want to be checking in with you at all given times. All right? We're gonna scoot and scoot and scoot on over. I know that when you all get this pod, it will be after Christmas. But right now, it is before Christmas. And the second do I diddy is by my sister Wendy Vaughn. She put out an EP back in 2015. I'm almost certain I'm not lying. I could be lying though. So she put out a Christmas EP. This podcast celebrates all people, regardless of what you celebrate during this time of year. Know that all of that shit is arbitrary to me. I could give two fucks less. The reality is, I just hope that you are having an amazing, amazing, amazing life, not just at this time of year, but at any time of year. And what I want you to recognize is that you can have an amazing time of year, you can have an amazing life, and you can be a celebratory, beautiful human regardless of who or what you feel you are connected to divinely. All right? But in my family, how we grew up, we celebrated this thing called Christmas, and it was positive for us. So my sister created an EP, and I feel like a lot of people haven't heard her music. So it's going to be past Christmas when you hear this broadcast, but stay to the end of the episode and you'll be able to hear my sister and her beautiful music and have it for next year to be able to play. I've been playing nonstop Terrace's album called Times. That was the one I played earlier. We didn't skip once. We listened to the entire thing while we were getting ready for the show. I think that is my favorite. That might be my favorite holiday album, or Take Six. Take Six's Christmas album is insane. And they're just awesome dudes. So, stay at the end. That'll be the second do I diddy that we play for the day. I told y'all we're going to have some duplicates. So we did Break It Down. That had its little do I diddy inside, which is Little Drummer Boy. What? Little Ghetto Boy. I have the song Little Drummer Boy on Terrace's The Times album. Anyways, we just finished number 2 segment, High Y, from our very own Susie Q, one of the angels. And then our third segment is another do I diddy. All right. Say you wanna go do I, just let me flow. However, it'll be at the end of the episode. And once again, it'll be in time for you to throw in your playlist for next year. All right. I was starting to get into these Wyann's words of wisdom when I was speaking about the high why, being consistent and owning that consistency. It's a balancing act. What is good so long as everything is good. That sounds so redundant, but please say that back again slowly because it's true. What is good is only good when it's all good. Good. That's all amazing. It'll come out good, I promise you. Here's your Wyann's words of wisdom. Gets tricky around this time of year. Be ready. Wyann's words of wisdom. You add one negative into an equation, and the whole product becomes negative. If you add one negative into an equation, the whole product becomes negative. The kicker to this, Sometimes the negative is you. Not your homies, not the political power of the presidency at the time, not hip hop's fault, like everybody else like to blame it on, not men's fault, like a lot of ladies like to blame it on, not white people's fault, like a lot of black people like to blame it on. I'm telling you straight up, sometimes the negative in the equation that turns the product negative is you, your mindset, the way you see things, your perspective, hell, your energy. Walking into a new situation, you bring the negative sometimes. All right? I'll try to keep this kind, but as we talked about a couple episodes ago, sometimes the conversation around love requires correction. Correction comes from me in the form of accountability. Accountability for me is holding a mirror up to you, my loves. My loves. Notice who you are to me. Love. So it's not my enemy. You know what Wyann does to her enemies? Leave them the fuck alone. If they're miserable, the best thing I would want for them if I don't like them is to just let them continue being themselves. Miserable begets miserable, period. Wyanna is what is shouts out to Uncle Vidal, Exhibit's uncle, the queen, rather, the princess of positivity. However, I am now the queen. I'll be a princess. I'll be a princess. It goes with all the P's. The princess of positivity. I'll take it, Uncle Vidal. Because to him, I'm always going to be his princess. You know, if he's Exhibit's uncle, you know, and Exhibit is the same age as my older brother, you know, had he still been alive on Earth and everything. So sometimes we bring the negative, whether it's our energy, whether it's our mindset, whether it's a black heart, whether it's a hole in our heart. We can bring the negative that turns the product negative. So before any of you math people try to misconstrue, or any people who just don't know math try to misconstrue what I've said, an equation is a math problem with an equal sign. It is a math problem with an equal sign. That's what an equation is. If the equal sign is absent, that thing is called an expression. Okay? So learn that no sooner. If you have an equation, there's an equal sign. There can be an answer. If you look at the word I wrote, I said if you add one negative to any equation, the whole product becomes negative. Some of you may not know. Product in math terms is the answer to a multiplication problem. So what I'm telling you is 17 times 20 times 600 times 1,000 times 2 times 0.8 times 51. All I can tell you is everything I just said is positive. I don't know what the fuck number all of that will render you, but what I know is it'll be a positive number. In the land of integers, it'll be on the right side of 0. It is a positive number. Take everything I just said seconds ago and add on times -1. I still don't know what the answer is, but what I know is that it's negative. It will be on the left side of a 0 in a number line. That's what I can guarantee you. This is not rocket science, ladies and gentlemen. Going back to the high why with Susie, when I said in my work environment, being rooted in my routine and consistently going after the gold in that area, by doing that, yes, that helps me reach my goals. I also said if I were to do that in a gym setting, And even when it doesn't feel good anymore, I say, nope, I've been consistent. I gotta go. I'm gonna do it. Listening to your ego instead of the wisdom called pain, especially if it's a sharp pain. Listening to the wisdom of your body is more important in that moment than no pain, no gain. Get her done. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps. You can do it. Oh, come on. That's for the weak. All right. I hope you got great medical coverage. I hope you like insurance claims. I do. Because I think what people don't realize is that if you take something that is good, but apply that at a time that is not good, your answer, your result will be not good because you have taken a positive process, applied it at a negative time. Let's go back to those times. Everything multiplication, a positive times a negative is negative. The product is negative, right? If you have a bad process, but you've scheduled it right, you've applied it at the right time, a good time, it will render you negative results. Now, if your process is good and the timing is good, everything is going to end up fine. Even if things go differently than anticipated, even if you're not able to see what side is up in some situations, trust me, this is where what I say at the end of my morning routine comes in handy. God, I trust you. Maybe you don't believe in God. Maybe you don't say, God, I trust you. But I'm telling you, the universe, physics, applied mathematics, energy in itself, protons, neutrons, electrons. I'm talking about like scientifically. I don't care if you don't believe in the divinity factor. I am trying to tell you, even by scientific standard, you have to learn to trust the process. You have to. Learning to trust the process is the magic of life. You want to know where you can involve yourself? Because we as selfish humans and egomaniac humans, we like to know that we've been heavily involved in whatever the fuck we're doing, sort of a thing. You set goals, set the target. Maybe even if it's not perfect, set some form of a goal, because then at least you give life, you give the law of attraction, you give things, physics, energy, an opportunity to know which way to start pointing itself. I want to go on a vacation. That won't do much for me because I can vacate in my head sitting right here, even though I'm doing a podcast. And it won't be compelling content, but I can go on a mental vacation right now. Different. I want to go on a vacation where it's warm. My assistant comes from Africa. It's pretty warm over there. Yeah. Andre Mego lives in southern Texas. On Thanksgiving, it was 83 or 86 degrees. Warm, warm, warm. Okay. I know people from Florida who didn't own a jacket until they moved away from Florida because Florida is always warm. So those are three very different places. The continent, the motherland, Africa, Texas, what it can be more different, and Florida. These are some different climates, different places, but they're all warm. But at least it gave my brain somewhere to start. It gave life. I want to vacation somewhere warm. Costa Rica, Bali. Things start to crack off in my brain. Oh, but I don't want to go too far. Palm Springs, maybe? I don't know. But no, not that. But who am I? Palm Springs. It's a desert. It's 30 in the night over there. Did you know this? Extreme temperature heat. Yeah, it's extreme heat and extreme cold. Yeah, no. Don't do that. Maybe Las Vegas. If it were hot, it's not. It's not hot there, guys. It is December. It's not hot there either. Some of the coldest cold I've ever felt was in Las Vegas. And I've been to Chicago in the cold. I've been to New York, DC. Yeah, no. Vegas is some different shit. Yeah. It's a desert. What do you want? You know. But if I say certain things, it just starts to give. Your brain is the original computer. Y'all be thinking all this shit, smartphone, smart iPad, smart what is this? Tablets, smart, all this computer. You think all this shit is smart. I told you in the beginning of this podcast, everything is created twice. First in the mind. The Steve Jobs dude started maybe the idea of this, and now we have this. So everything is created twice. You think this shit is smart. What's smarter than the thing that created it? Right? Your brain is brilliant. It is the first computer, the OG of computers. Start putting, how smart is your fucking phone if you never turn it on? How smart is your smartphone if you never turn it on or if you give it no information? The way that these phones are now, it won't even go through the process of turning on for you if you don't first give it some information. It needs information to know how to customize itself to you. That's why OnNet's iPhone and Wyann's iPhone aren't the same. The information we put inside of it. So if you tell your brain, I want you to do something for me, your brain is going to say, go on, just like Siri. You say, I'm not even going to say it because I don't want nothing to turn on. But if you say, hey, and then go on, or what was the other one? The girl, knock it off. I thought Wendy was I was like, where? Anyway, you have to give direction. You have to give it something. So there's a new philosophy of people that say, I don't set goals. I don't do goals. I don't do this and that. I'm like, I don't know that I believe in that personally. You have to give your life some form of a target just so you can get your car on the road to start traveling somewhere. You got to start going somewhere, And if you leave it to do nothing, that's a destination too. Nowhere. You want to go nowhere? Very easy. Give your brain nothing else. What do they say? An idle mind is the devil's playground. So you give your mind nothing to do, you're going to start cheating. You won't need him to be the cheater. You're going to do it. Homegirl. Hello? You won't need nobody else to do it. You're going to be the one that diverts off of the course. You know what I'm saying? You're going to become the undesirable one in the relationship. You're going to be the person that people start to stop inviting you to things because you become negative Nancy. You go from being a growth mindset to a stagnation, a fixed mindset. And you only know 16 facts, 16 topics, 16 things. So if ever anything happens outside of that, you're talking crazy on it. You're a hater. You're negative. Come on, bro. Nobody wants it. I got to be honest with y'all. I'm only giving this perspective because I don't know where else you could get honest feedback from a person you don't even know and who doesn't even see you. So I'm not trying to pick you out. But if any of this information sounds like any part of you or something someone's told you about you, baby, it's you. You're the one I love. Yes, no, it's you. It's not the other person. Everybody is not trying to leave you. It's not that everyone else is crazy because everyone has called you crazy. Crazy in parentheses. I'm just talking in, everyday vernacular. I'm not speaking from a therapeutic sense. If someone colloquially is saying you're crazy all the time, check that out. What pattern do people say? What consistency do you see? And when people call you that, is it when you're in love and you're not the same person that they met when they fell in love with you? I know some dudes cool as fuck until they get in a relationship and they become possessive, jealous imps. I have no clue who they turn into. You know, you ever had the person that was so cool, then y'all had sex, and it's like, who are you even? Who are you? And not and before you start getting judgy, not one night stands and not people that just met. I'm talking about it can be for a long time that you've known the individual. Oh my goodness, I'm not even going to get into it. I've already read Cicely Tyson's autobiography. Now I'm reading Miles Davis. Miles Davis was Cicely Tyson's husband at one point. Miles Davis is an amazing musician. Amazing musician. As a husband, though, he can maybe use listening to Raise It Up. Why? Right? And I'm saying that because I'm just getting to the point in his book where he talked about her. She speaks about him throughout her whole book, right? Mostly. I'm going fast right now. When he talks about her, though, he made it seem like she was his burden. She's not this. She was like he never said any of these words. He even said positive things, but it was very like, yeah, she was on she was on me. She was all on me. And I just had to like, you know what? I liked my first wife and I liked my third wife, but her, la, 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 right? In her book, she paints a real picture of a man with a heroin addiction for the majority of his adult life. And, just things that a woman would notice about a man. So one of their last conversations, he asks in her book, he asked her to be back with him. She's like, there's no way. I'm writing a book right now, Uh-huh. And our whole story is in it. I'm telling you right now, you take me back, or mind you, this is all hearsay because both of these individuals are in heaven, right? So apparently she doesn't take him back. And he puts out the book, talks about her like not positively. In the early 90s, when he's about to pass away, he passed away in Malibu, California. So she comes. She was in New York. She comes. And he apologizes on his deathbed for all the crazy ways that he spoke about her in his book. She was like, bro, I know you, the real you. So, and I'm only saying that because a love story, add negative. You know what I'm saying? Add a perspective with addiction. Add spite. Add resentment. Add whatever not positive thing. And the whole depiction on how that whole love affair goes is different. Just saying, once again, I don't know who's right. I don't know who's wrong. I don't even care because it doesn't matter. I'm just saying, whether what he said about her was true or false, he openly says, yeah, I loved my first wife. And she called Quincy Jones cute. And then I hit her. Oh, is that what, but I loved her. She was so amazing. Yeah, I hear you. But you popped her? You backhanded this woman because she said another guy was cute or whatever. That's a different type of man. Amazing musician, legend. But as a woman, these are things we have to think about. Any man can read that book and be like, oh, but do you see what he did to music on a large scale? And that's nice, but you can't hit your wife. That can't get skipped. Who's skipping that, Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm rambling. But I just wanted it to be made clear. Add one negative to an equation. You will turn the product negative. That's why it's important for these last few episodes we've done to learn balance. Episode 49. Learn love. Episode 50. Learn intimacy. That was February's episode when we had TJ on and everything. Every episode this year, we have fine-tuned some emotion. Emotion, energetic motion, energy in motion, emotion. Make sure you recognize how you're vibrating in this life. It affects everything you're on, everything you do, how money comes to you, how money leaves from you, how love interacts with you, how love doesn't, everything that you can think of. I want to make sure that you're living the life you've actually imagined, that you really honestly deserve. And because of that, I need you to make sure that you aren't bringing the negative that you are resenting and regretting in your equation. All right? Before I motherfucking go. Come on, man. I'm a director of a choir of Wyann. Hello. I love to do more than you knew. So yeah, the braids are gone. Everyone's sad. By everyone, I mean Wyann. I miss those hoes, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I miss them. I also dreaded my hair because I was washing my scalp ever so often with them on. And yeah, I just made dreads. So I watched all of Wednesday almost by way of it took me that long to detangle with also keeping some hair. Hello? So at I Love the Do, ILOVETHEDOUX. Shouts out to my cousin, my real cousin, Maya Smith, MC or Master of Curls of the Do products, the DOUX products. Today, for this look, I use Bonita Afro Balm. You gotta put me on. Bonita Afro Balm. I said, you gotta put me on. Bonita Afro Balm. You gotta put me on. I said, Bonita. Come on, echoes with crescendo, decrescendo, whatever that. Yes, so I want y'all to know that I used these mostly this. My hair was already kind of straightened or whatever, but I've been working out on it, so it has like a little sweaty here, sweaty there. So what Bonita Afro Balm does is it gives you that shine, but it also gives you slight hold. Good for the hair, but it doesn't revert your hair. It's not going to revert it back to curly. For all of my women with curly hair, whatever hair texture you have, if you have a lot of moisture that comes around your hair, when it's straight, it provides curls. That's why when you're working out with straight hair, you get the little frizzies and all that stuff or whatever. It's the moisture from your sweat that does that. Shouts out to my hair lady at Hair by Quista. I just dropped this. At Hair by Quista, HAIRBYQUISTA. Hair by Quista is my one and only hair lady. She had a birthday December 9th. A lot of December babies. That's my first pay your dues shout out. Second, at Rhapsody, RAPSODY, my homegirl, my sister, my heart, man. I love this woman to no end. She is the host of Hip Hop 50, HIPHOP 50 numbers. Hip Hop 50's show on AMP, at OnAmp, ONAMP. She is hosting as hip hop turns 50 next year on Ali Shaheed's birthday. On Ali Shaheed's birthday, August 11th, 1973 is when hip hop is said to have been birthed. Okay. I'm excited. But we should have Ali for August episode. This can be a vibe. I'm gonna try to do that now. But anyways, make sure that you on Mondays and Thursdays is when she usually goes on live for Hip Hop 50. Hip Hop 50 is powered by Mass Appeal. It's I think in its description it says at Mass Appeal, MASSAPPEAL. It's Mass Appeal's love letter to hip hop. And it's called Hip Hop 50. It's like a subset of Mass Appeal. And they're just like showing love to hip hop. And Rhapsody is who they chose as their host. They were brilliant in choosing her because she is killing it. Earlier today, D Smoke was on. Her first episode featured Ab-Soul. Ab-Soul's album. Ooh, it's 1 a.m. That means Ab-Soul's album is out. It also means that it's Layla Hathaway's birthday. Happy birthday, Layla. Love you so much, Layla. Oh, if you see this and you want more holiday music for next year to add to your playlist, Layla just dropped a version of This Christmas with her daddy. Layla Hathaway singing with Donny Hathaway. Hang all the mistletoe. I'm gonna get to know you better. That's Layla's dad. Did you know that? That's Layla's, yeah. So Layla Hathaway's dad is Donny Hathaway. Donny Hathaway is most famous commercially because of the song This Christmas, written by a woman, Nadine McKinnon, who is Pop's 1500, Rance's dad, and my mom's homegirl from Chicago. They all used to run, man. It's such a small world. It is such a small, man. So every year, Nadine McKinnon becomes a very popular figure in the Black community because she wrote This Christmas, you know. So, also, third shout out, I am wearing my new, brand spanking new, shiny baby sister at Aurora and Art's earrings. Aurora and Art is spelled Aurora, AURORAANNEART. Aurora and Art. That's a lot of fucking vowels. I gotta be honest with you, okay? I know her new last name though is Vaughn. Hello. No, she's my real little sister. She's really my little brother's wife. And the mother of my nephew, she's having a baba. And as well, Whitney Fly at WITNYFLY is also having my baby. So you're having my baby niece. And it means so much to me. Okay, my bad, y'all. That's Auntie Vibes at Pristine Nails in Glendale. Did my nails today. These are my real nails, guys. Oh my God. And my real nails because guess who's back on the motherfucking court with the big butt and a basketball whore? Don't worry about that. Never mind. It's late. So I'm back on the basketball court, ladies and gentlemen. I took off. I didn't take off anything. Those are my real long nails that I had before. Those were my nails. I cut them all down because I want to ball. Ball is life. Daylight. DAYLYT of a room full of mirrors with Punch from TDE. I'm gonna shoot around with you, bro. I'm not gonna play you because you're amazing. I don't play amazing. But I shoot. I shoot left and right, by the way. Left and right. We got forms. Thank you, Pristine Nails, for doing my little basketball nails. Hello. Also, happy birthday again to Javante, JAV0NTE on Instagram. I believe that's also his name on Twitter. I could be wrong, but definitely on Instagram. Layla Hathaway, like I said, make sure LALAH Hathaway. Make sure that you are HATHAWAY. Her birthday is today, the 16th. Javante's and Il Camille's was yesterday and the same day as the Chronic, December 15th. Make sure you get ready to say happy belated, because y'all gonna hear this after. Happy belated birthday to my mom, Wanda Vaughn. She's December 17th. And when this comes out, you'll be saying happy belated birthday to Terrace Martin, whose birthday will have been yesterday. You know, so on the 28th is Terrace. Terrace is the 28th. I think Fonte is the 28th too. I could be wrong, Fonte from Little Brother. But happy birthday to all those beautiful December babies, as well as my hair lady, December 9th. I definitely have to shout my own brand out. So by the time y'all hear this, I don't know if I'll still have any more of these sweatshirts, these hoodies. The RUOTH, the rockets up on these hoes. If you know, you know. Sweatshirt has been a big win. One of our loves, who we call Love Messy Boots, literally has his mom on Instagram talking about, where's mine? I was like, oh, mom, it's kind of like, it's saying like rockets up on these hoes. Where's mine? I was like, oh, well, yeah, okay, for sure. I want to shout out one of our loves. The love goes by Tuskegee. I'm just gonna call the love Tuskegee because I don't know that they wanted their full identity out there. Tuskegee sponsored a love package, a whole full merch package for another love who is a student. And once again, I don't know how much of this they want out, but I just want to say, if you're listening, Tuskegee, I appreciate you publicly. Now you cemented episode 51. What? You'll always have to hear this. Yes. But thank you. Thank you for supporting me at Love Tuesdays with love badges. All of you, all of the loves. I'm talking about all of low culture now. Thank y'all for getting up with me on Instagram, Wyann, WYANNA, where Love Tuesdays happens on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. on the West Coast. Also at Raise It Up Y. I like just giving at Raise It Up Y because that one I branded, so everything is uniformly Raise It Up Y. And if you put Raise It Up Y in a Google search, everything YN comes up. It's really easy. That's why I just tell people at Raise It Up Y. Anything that you want. My website comes up, everything comes up, which is YannVaughn.com. I just realized I'm still shouting myself out. WYANNVAUGHN.com. Across socials, Raise It Up Y. Clubhouse Sundays at 3 p.m. usually, but just be looking. And DM for details because we still might have some merch left, all right? And you might be able to get some for the new year. There's beanies. I didn't bring mine. And in Choka's room. In Choka's room. We have beanies as well. So if you're listening, this is about to do nothing for you. If you are watching and onlooking, then let it be known. You're about to see the rockets up on these hoes. Beanies. Everyone wants fleeced line beanies. Oh, it's the second box, Mom. Yay. She's getting it. She's getting it. Getting it. Yes. Look on camera A. Look on camera B. Am I in there? Like swimwear. So yes, these things could be yours. We have a fun time. Once again, from the top of the pod, if you need a place to connect, if you're looking for I guess it's a safe space, a safe place online. I don't want to guarantee that because anything could be made less than safe. But so long as I have something to do with it, it's as safe as it can be. I'll tell you that straight the fuck up. And I just wanted to thank you for everybody listening and on looking, all of these loves. Remember, stay so that you can hear what you're going to add to next year's holiday playlist. My sister Wendy Vaughn's music for the holidays. Y'all have been great. Episode 13, I do 13 episodes every year. It's a sneak episode, but it's not so sneaky because I'm telling y'all. Make sure that you stay in this playlist and watch that, because I will be talking more about Joe Budden's podcast and how we were featured on there, as well as sharing with you all right here next to me my 2022 vision board. And but it's for 2023. Yes, thank you. She tells me what I think. So I love you all. Thank you so much for being a part. Love Culture does it again. Love Culture for the win. Happy holidays. If I don't get to see or talk to you, Happy New Year's. And if nothing else, y'all stay real. I do catch you. Raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Hey, raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Raise it up.
Christmas if you're not with me. Sitting by the fire, I won't need presents or a Christmas tree. Sitting by the fire, if I had one wish, then my wish would be the one thing that I'm missing, baby. Santa, I need my baby next to me. Santa, I need my baby next to me. Pictures of us in a picture frame, sitting by the fire. Smiles and laughter, but it's not the same. Sitting by the fire. On my good girl list, all I want this year is to have you near for Christmas. Santa, I need my baby next to me. Ooh, ooh. Santa, I need my baby next to me. So I can see the look upon your face when I surprise you with me, wrapped in bows and dressed in lace. Now I got my baby and he's next to me, sitting by the fire, wrapping presents by the Christmas tree, sitting by the fire. One thing I know I can guarantee, this gift will stay